Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com. Today we have 4 custom planner spreads all in one video. Let's go. Today I am working on 4 custom planner spreads that all have a very different feel to them, and I'm super excited to give it a try. So we have Angie, who uses the classic vertical spread. She was wanting me to incorporate lilies in honor of her mother for her mother's, like in memory of her mother's birthday, but we're also incorporating some birthday elements for her grandson as well. Then over here we have Jennifer, who uses a big dashboard layout, and she wanted some baby animals in celebration of the fact that she is about to become a grandmother herself, which is super exciting. Over here, we have Gina, who is a new Platinum Patreon member, and she asked for a purple floral faith spread, which is right up my alley. Love that. And then Nikki is also another new Platinum level Patreon member, and she said I could do whatever I wanted. Nikki is into the theater, so we're going to do a theater themed spread for her. So I will put you guys on fast forward. I will link everything that I end up using down below. Otherwise, let's go. All right, you guys, I struggled with this spread just a little bit. I just was having trouble defining my direction. So I have all of these cute little baby jungle animals. I went with jungle animals. I found these images actually on Canva, which is another great resource if you're looking for some specific types of images. It doesn't always have the things I'm looking for. Pretty much if I am looking for something specific, I can always look on Etsy. That's a great resource to find specific images. But I tried out Canva, found these cute little baby jungle animals, knew I wanted them, and then thought, how fun would it be to do like the old school grass? Do you guys remember making grass like this in elementary school where you just used your scissors? I think the teachers probably used it as a way to help us learn how to cut, but you just cut a bunch of little strips, like a bunch of little slits in your piece of paper. You ruffle it up a little bit. It looks like grass. I thought that would be a fun technique and something a little bit different to put into Jennifer's planner. And then the grass is where the jungle animals are kind of hiding. So we're going to do this sticker. Again, I printed these out onto white sticker paper. I picked mine up from onlinelabels.com. I used their weatherproof matte sticker paper. It works with inkjet printers, and then I cut out these images with my Cricut. So I have that, and then I have them all in this Jeep, which is adorable. And so I had a little bit of trouble figuring out where I wanted the Jeep to go, knowing that I have this like grouping of animals over here on the bottom. And this is where I kind of struggle. So I'm pulling from a couple of different books, from a teacher book, from the Wild Jungle book, just a few different ones. I think the teacher book was Wild Journey. That seems about right. I think that came out last year, perhaps. So I'm pulling from a couple different books. I like the Wild Journey. I like the colors in that particular book. I think it goes really well. But these boxes are definitely shaped for a different type layout. And so I struggled a little bit trying to figure out how I wanted the boxes to line up on the page, how I wanted to create this spread over here on the left, because Jennifer she does kind of a free-form bullet journal style. Well, I didn't use a dot grid paper this time. I'm actually using the dashboard layout. She kind of changes her setup, and I think once this is done, I'm happy with how it ends, and I think Jennifer can kind of figure out what she wants to do from here. So I have these 2 boxes. I want to have my little jungle people over here, but that left that awkward trapped space here at the bottom. And I'm going to use that section to add a phrase. So this is kind of in celebration, becoming a grandma. We got the baby animals, but it's not super baby-fied, if that makes sense. So I decided to go with the phrase, "Love this wild life," because I think it makes sense with the baby jungle animals. And just, I think a lot of times when we want to do a planner spread in celebration of something, really we are just trying to voice how grateful we are for this moment in time. And so I thought "Love this wildlife" would be perfect. It fits in really well right down here. I'll just transfer all of these over. I did use my sticker guide to plan out where these stickers were going to go in advance, because I wanted to make sure I would have enough room to put out this whole section. So cute, cute, love, love. That all came out really well. Feeling better about what's going on over here on the left, but I got to finish it up all the way towards the top. Up here at the top, I'm going to add some of these cute little swooshes. I think that those are adorable. And then some boxes so that Jennifer can rewrite new titles. So many people do this with the dashboard layout. Just cover up those boxes on that side and retitle them for the lists that you actually need. All right, let's take a look over here on the right-hand side. Now I got to figure out where I want these other animals to go. I don't want it to be too predictable in that I don't want them all to be lined up on the right hand side of each of the days of the week. Like I want it to change a little bit. I'm pulling some different boxes. These big boxes are actually sized pretty well for a big dashboard layout style planner. So I'm just going to get some different boxes down and try to figure out where I want all of these different animals to go. Again, I want to change up the position. All of the animals have a similar look in that they're all kind of surrounded by grasses and reeds and things like that. So changing up their positioning on the page is going to be important to make them look a little bit different. I'm pretty sure with this particular spread, I just ended up having more sticker switching than I normally would. So I decided this particular checklist sticker was feeling a little bit lost over on that Tuesday. I needed something more colorful. So let's move the today down here. I want to figure out where the different bullet points are going to go. That's going to help me figure out how that's going to work out. I'm pulling from another Wild Jungle sticker book. This is one of the newer ones. Let's add a couple boxes right here. I want it to be a functional spread for Jennifer, but I want it to be decorative. It's just sometimes you go back and forth on how things are going to fit into a spread, how they're going to work. Starting to put things down on the page is something I always do when I'm having trouble deciding what is going to go where. Once you start sticking stickers down, that kind of sends you on a path, I guess. It limits your possibilities, and so it makes it easier to make choices. Of course, though, then when you start picking up all of the stickers, then that kind of changes that whole scheme. So let's figure out what we can layer. She needs something here on Wednesday. I'm going to layer a couple different boxes. I want to bring this pink over because I have that same color over on the left-hand side in that large notes box. We'll add the important right there. Okay, functionality looking pretty good. I thought it would be super cute though to put a little bit more grass. Let's put it around this particular box. Adorable. I'm going to add a little bit more of the little grass area. She can still write in that box, but I think that is super cute. And now I need something on the right hand side right over here, some way to retitle this. I'm going to add a swoosh in another box that will harken back to the left hand side, I guess you will, those same type boxes. But what happens is when I put this box up at the top and line it up where I want it, first of all, I decide I need some black on this spread, and then I needed more black once I put a black box. Well, the box I placed was higher to the top or closer to the top than the ones on the left hand side, and the fact that it would be in her planner and they weren't all going to line up was kind of driving me crazy. So then I decided, well, I have to move the boxes over here on the left hand side. Well, those have been stuck down for a while, and so I did have a little bit of a tear on the page. So now I've got to come up with a way to kind of change or cover up where that tear is going to be so I can kind of save that layout. I love these two little check marks. I think that's great for lists that need to be done. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do over there on the left-hand side. Let's add a few more words. Planning for bright futures. I think that's adorable. Even though it's from a teacher book, I think it works really great for like welcoming a new baby into the family. All right, I found these little like spotty dots. Those are going to work really well to help me cover up this area that needed a little extra reinforcement, and I can just bring it all the way across the page. Love, love, love how this one came together. Jennifer, congratulations, and I can't wait to hear what you think of this spread. It's a little different than what I normally do for Jennifer, and I really hope that she enjoys it. Oops, little repair here. And we are done. All right, next up is Gina's spread. And this is the first spread that I am creating for Gina. She is one of my new platinum tier patrons. And I'm really excited. She picked purple, floral, and faith. All of those are right up my alley. Love, love, love. I'm actually using stickers from Seasons of Color, which is a whole line from the Happy Planner. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous stickers. And I like that it has a little bit of the foiling that I can mix in. Some of the stickers have foiling, some of them don't. Over here on the bottom right, this one did not have foiling, but what I did was take gold foiled stickers that were on clear sticker paper and layered it over the top so that the foiling would kind of coordinate with the foiling that was on the left side of the spread. You can tell I'm going back to the technique of anchoring my spreads. So when I use florals, a lot of times I will aim for the corners of the page. So I did the top left, the bottom right, and then going back, we're adding that seasons change, and so do we. We're going to add that to the bottom left, and then a little bit of the remnants there on the top right. I love doing that on planner spreads, especially I don't know how much Gina needs to write. I don't know. I'm still getting to know her planning style. And so when I'm starting out a new spread, I just want it to be beautiful and functional. I kind of went back and forth on what I was going to put down the middle. You can see the middles don't match. You have spotty dots on one side and lines on the other. That's because I pulled this from an undated sticker book from 2 different months. So they don't quite match. Doesn't bother me. Like I don't really see that. So I think the florals in the middle are enough. And now we're going to work on layout. This time I'm making this look a little bit more formal than maybe my typical style is. I'm going to have everything lined up. I love the look of classic size boxes in a big size vertical planner. I like that border. I think it looks really cool. It always makes me like super happy to check it out. I'm using a faith sticker book from the Happy Planner, and that's what's bringing the faith elements in through some of the different words. I have live a life full of grace, write your troubles in the sand and carve your blessings in stone. What if everything you are going through is preparing you for what you asked for? Love all of these moments here on the page. And then I'm going to end up balancing that out with some black boxes from Mojo Jojo Plans. We're going to add a longer box over here and then label this one Prayers and Praises. Always a good thing to have in your planner throughout the week. And this phrase, we love because he first loved us, 1 John 4:19. So I feel like that is bringing in all of the faith elements that Gina was looking for. Of course, you have the purple florals. Now let's finish out the function. I am doing something, again, not something I normally do. I'm doing all of the same size boxes in these other elements, if that makes sense. So I'm going to pull in bullet points here in a second. You can see me lining them up right there. But anytime I'm adding additional boxes, I'm going with all of them being the same size just because I kind of dug the uniform look of it. So I'm going to add bullet points in empty boxes, fill in the rest with a few more functional boxes, and the function is going to be well under control. Again, a little bit of a different style for me, but I love how beautiful this looks. This dark purple that I use definitely has the feel of fall. Like I think this goes towards fall. Once all the boxes are in place, I'm going to add another phrase that says God is good. And then I'm going to pull in a few more of these spotty dots that are in the foiled colors because I think that's going to kind of bring the spread together. And the last thing I'm going to end up doing is actually bringing in some washi tape from 49 and Market. This is kind of a fabric washi tape, which is a little bit of a different feel, but I love the texture that it adds. Let me just fix these holes right here. The washi tape, adding just little bits of texture here and there, changes it up, like breaks up the rectangular feel of the spread, brings it all together. Love the deep kind of plum purple color that's brought in with this washi tape. And like I said, it's fabric, so it's such a soft texture. Gina, I hope that you love this spread. Let me know. Let's go on to the next one. Next up is Angie's classic vertical spread. She specifically asked for a spread. She's got 2 birthdays in honor of her mother's birthday on September the 6th and her grandson's birthday on the 9th. And she wanted lilies for her mother's birthday. And I'm going to combine that with some stickers from the Posh Party sticker book. We're doing a birthday theme, but it's really more, I don't know, it's a different feel. So let's start with a little mixed media. I'm actually going to use some Neocolor crayons. These are water reactive crayons that can work a lot like watercolor. So I'm going to use a couple light pink and a light blue, and we're just going to do some splashes of watercolor in the background, some like waves of watercolor. I make the thing a little wet. You can see I'm just having fun with the splatter. We're going with pink first, and I'll end up adding a little bit of a wash here at the bottom. It's very light and subtle. It's just a little, it's the littlest bit of color here at the bottom. I'm going to be putting clear sticker paper over the top. Love using that combination. If you use watercolor and then clear sticker paper over the top, it just ends up looking super cool. So I did the pink first. We're going to dry that, then come back and do some light blue splatters. Dry that. It's very subtle on camera, but you can see it in person, and it just adds a little bit something extra to the spread. All right, now that that is dry, let me move some of this extra stuff out of the way. I have these lilies printed out on clear sticker paper. These were graphics that I got again from Canva. Found some great options there this time around. I'm going to trim these out. I just fussy cut these out. I did not cut them out using my Cricut, just thought it would be faster since it was clear sticker paper. Wasn't really worried. So I'm going to put some lilies here at the bottom. I decided that they weren't necessarily going to be the focus of the page. They were just going to be more hints, more of a background type image. So I'm going to put these, see how it covers up where that paint is. You can see the color coming through ever so slightly. Like I said, the camera doesn't really pick it up as well as you can see it in person, but I still like how it kind of comes across. So we're going to do lilies across the bottom in a few places here, and then use some of the celebratory stickers from Live Love Posh to bring in that celebratory feel as well, because it's a week full of birthdays, and so you definitely want to celebrate as well. So let's do a lily right here in the middle. It'll kind of bring the two halves together. We'll put one right there, and then we will finish it out with one other collection over here. Again, I'm just fussy cutting them out. I did end up with that big like splat right there on Wednesday the 6th. That is going to kind of go away once you put the lily over the top of it. It's not going to be quite as noticeable. How cute is that? Love, love, love. Okay, I have a few stickers I knew I wanted to include. One would be these balloons. I love a good balloon arch. So Mojo Jojo's pastel boxes, I'm going to pull from there because I love the pink in there, and then a light blue. I'm going to trim off those balloons right there and bring the rest of the arch over here to the end of the week. Trim. That's cute. So now we have the color scheme down for the page, because that is, of course, the grouping we're going with. What do I want to include over here? I want to celebrate her grandson's birthday. We're going to put that up here at the top, vertical box. We will layer it. Again, I was in a mood to move stickers. Let's layer it with the presents right there. Super cute. I loved this like collection over here. This is like a celebratory party. Probably not the type of party that her grandson is going to have, but still pretty nonetheless. So love the collection of things, and a little lined box to balance out the lined box over on the left-hand sidebar. Now, it's all about finding a balance with boxes. I want a box for her mother's birthday on the 6th, so she can write what she would like. Love this little banner that says happy birthday. I considered putting a second banner over here that Angie would then be able to kind of fill in with what she wanted, but I ended up changing my mind. We're just going to put a couple boxes over there. Angie can write what she likes. The Polaroid camera, super cute. And then we need a couple boxes to balance it out. We need a little bit more blue on this side and probably one more pink on the other side. I went back and forth with where all of these boxes needed to be. Sometimes it's hard to decide when you don't know someone's schedule where the boxes need to be. So I ended up scooting those up, and now I've pulled out another sticker book. This one is from Heather Kell of a Plan, and she has the Alpha Basics sticker book. Love it. I'm going to write 3 words on this page. We're going to put celebrate up here because it's a week of celebration. We're going to put reflect at the bottom because I think whenever we are celebrating our parents' birthdays, whether they are with us or not, it's a great time for reflection. I think birthdays in general are a great time for reflection. So we're going to put reflect down here, and then to balance that all out so that it's not like super heavy over here on the left side, I'm going to add the word love. over where her grandson's birthday is. And I think that the three words balance each other out really, really nicely. Then the last thing I'm going to do for this particular spread is it needs another box over here just to balance. We need a pink box, and then I need to add some bullet points. I'm using Mojo Jojo's checklist book that has a gajillion bullet points. I kind of wish these were a little bit smaller. In all honesty, I feel like they're a little bit too big. I considered, do I want to cut them in half? I ended up deciding not to. I'm going to put bullet points in a few places where Angie might want to write. She can take these off if it's not working for her. I kind of just went back and forth on where they should go. But once those are done, all I have to do is cut this spread apart right down the middle, re-punch these holes using my We Are Memory Keepers disc punch, and that is going to be it for Angie's spread. I think it came out beautiful. I love the hint of lilies in the background. I love the soft color scheme. I really like how this one came together in the end. Probably the only thing I would change are the bullet points, maybe something a little lighter, but I think it still works. All right, so last up today is going to be Nikki. And Nikki has been a patron for quite a while, but just recently moved up to the custom spread tier, which is my top tier on Patreon. I think Nikki is so cool, and she said I could pick whatever I wanted for my very first month, which seems very bold. So I decided to go with a theater theme for Nikki's spread. This past summer, Nikki participated in a theatrical production of a Shakespeare play that was all female. And I thought it was so cool that she did that. I love it when people continue to follow their passions all throughout life. That's not Nikki's job, but it's something that she's passionate about. And so I thought it was just amazing that she did that. I was so pumped for her. And so I thought, let's do a theater spread in celebration of her love for theater. So I got these images. Again, this is like a Canva theme because I went with Canva for these images, cut them out using my Cricut. We have the curtains, we have the seats, and now we have the spotlights, and we are just framing out the planner page is going to be our stage, I guess you would say. So with the spotlights, I thought let's do something a little extra because you know I'm a little extra. I'm drawing out where the spotlights are shining. We are going to color in this little spotlight area and make it look a little extra cool. So I'm going to speed this up a whole lot. I'm using my Prismacolor pencils. I love them because they blend. I will be doing just the tiniest bit of blending, I guess you would say. So we're going to fill all of these little spots in as best I can. She will still be able to write over the top of this. This is colored pencil. You can still write over the top. I tried to not press too hard so that it wouldn't be too waxy. It's still going to be usable, but I think when you can use colored pencils to fill in parts of your spread, like as a background image, it adds something, just a kind of a neat effect. So love that. I just wanted to add just a little bit of shading here on the edges to bring it in just a touch, and I'm loving how it came out. It's such a bold background that you don't have to do too much more decorating. I mean, that is definitely getting the point across. Okay, so over here on the left-hand side, I want to add a sidebar. I almost always do. And it was feeling a little unbalanced with the curtains, but once you put the sidebar over here, it all ended up working out. Again, I pulled out the Alpha Basics from Heather Kell. Love, love, love this book. I can't say it enough. And we're going to add Break a Leg right here on the side, fills in this kind of awkward area where the curtain wasn't going all the way over to the edge, which works really nicely. Once I do break a leg, I wanted to do an exclamation point. There was no exclamation point, so I just turned an I upside down. Totally works. We'll do this little marquee up here. That is where, Nikki, you can add the month because I just left this undated so you could use it whenever you want. And now let's add some functional boxes. I decided to go with red and black boxes. That's going to kind of be the theme. So of course I pulled out Mojo Jojo's black boxes and then her rainbow boxes sticker book to add some function to the spread. I'm very lightly putting boxes down on the page. I could have grabbed my sticker guide. That probably would have been helpful, but I'm just kind of placing them very lightly on the page to figure out where I want all of the different boxes, where I'm going to put checklists, things like that. I went with the checklist bar. I don't have a checklist on every single day, so I hope it is still functional for Nikki. I know she's got kids to chase around. She's got stuff going on for sure, so she needs all of the function, but I thought this spread might actually might really make her smile and then be a nice little homage to how awesome I think she is. I am keeping it pretty simple as far as the boxes and things like that because I think the background is so impactful. You don't have to do a lot. Let's layer a few red boxes in. And then I do have a few more stickers that I pulled out that have a theater feel. We got the popcorn, we got the masks, we have our Shakespearean actor holding the skull, and then we're going to add a couple little mimes. I mean, how cute are they? We're going to add them up here. Love, love, love that the planner itself becomes the stage. I think it's adorable. And Nikki, I hope you really enjoy your very first custom spread. Thank you all so much for joining me today. As always, I will link all of the goodies that I used down below. Today I used a lot from Canva, but I also used a lot from Live Love Posh, Heather Kell. I always grab from Mojo Jojo's boxes. They are fabulous. So you can find links to all of those down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button, and let me know which spread ended up being your favorite. Let me know down in the comments below. I want to give a huge shout out to all of my Patreon family. I am so pumped with all of the people that are over there. We're just having a fabulous time. If you want to join us, check out some of the perks that you can receive on Patreon and just join a really fun community. You can find a link to Patreon down in the description box as well. All right, I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.